Every time I see your face, my heart smiles. Every time it feels so good, it hurts sometimes. Created in this world to love, to hold, to feel, to breathe, to live you. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I've gone through like 5 different emotions in the past like 15 minutes and I don't even know why, because today is a good day. The sun is out, you know, the girl is feeling fresh. I'm not feeling tired, but I think maybe it's because I was kind of nervous about this topic that I'm gonna have today, because it's such a controversial topic, and you know, I don't know if I'm gonna deliver it the right way. I don't know if I'm gonna make sense to people, to you guys. So, but then I'm just gonna go anyway because that's what I do. So it's still like January, right? And I'm still in the mindset of new beginnings, fresh ideas, new goals, and stuff like that. And normally during this time of the year, what I've realized is that a lot of us are very determined to try and be more spiritual, like go back to church, like, this year I'm gonna go to church, this year I want to get closer to God. Like, I've been seeing a lot of tweets where people are like, I just want to get closer to God, I want to pray more, I want to spend more time with God, I want to be more obedient, like, and stuff like that. So I love that. I love that so much, and I feel like I'm one of the people that is also trying to do that. And with the whole, people trying to be more spiritual, trying to awaken their spiritual selves, I think that like there is a problem in the Christian community when it comes to going to church and inviting people to church. So my main focus is going to be the whole theory and the whole process of inviting people to church, and what I feel has been happening, and what I feel like should be done instead. So I hope you guys are gonna get what I'm trying to say. I hope I'm gonna make sense. I hope I'm gonna deliver it in a way that is simple and easy to understand, like, common sense. So yeah, let's go. So I'm not very much of a stranger to the church scene. I've been a Christian since I was like 15. I gave my life to Christ when I was 15, and I've been attending church. And in the beginning, obviously, it was out of my will, because then I have black parents, and black parents in their households, most of us, it's very mandatory to go to church. So in the beginning, really, you're just going because your mom is waking you up and she's saying, hey, it's time to go to church. If you don't go to church, get out of my house. So, just going to church because your mother said you must go to church. And then I started liking going to church. Like, I started to hear, to receive the messages. I started to feel the encouragement, and that's when I gave my life to Christ, and I started to actually want to go to church. Like, it went from my mother forcing us to go to church, to us waking up even before she wakes up, to us going even on the days where she's not going. Like, we just literally just took over. And when I say we, I'm talking about me and my siblings. So yeah. So then so I've been at church ever since. Like, I was even serving. I did a lot. Like, I did a mighty lot at church. I was very committed to it and stuff like that. So that was post-COVID, ne? Yeah, that was post-COVID. So at church, obviously, like, when you're there's always a culture of you need to invite people to church. Like, the seats, look at the seats around you. That's what they normally say. They're like, look at the seats around you. Do you see an empty seat? Yes, we do. Do you know of anyone that you think that should be here, that needs to be here? It would be good for them to be here. Yes, I do. Okay, this week, make sure you go, invite them, whatever. Like, you don't want to receive all of this, mercy, grace, and love from God alone. You want other people to know about it. You want other people to, come and indulge in it also, and have, like, a family of Christian people where they can be taken care of, where they can be loved, and so forth, so forth, so forth. So in our cell group, like the way it was like such a serious thing, we would even have, because our cell group was on Wednesdays, so we would take turns on Tuesdays, to take turns to go to the main church and start calling people that we haven't been seeing at cell group or at church. So you'd get a whole list of names, Vele, of the people that are in your cell group or people in your area. Then you start calling them, hey, so, I haven't been seeing you come to church. Like, where you been, girl? Start coming. Or boy, get your life, come back. We'd love to see you, we'd love to have you, whatever. During COVID, which was 2020, because I have a community at church, like I have friends from church, and they're even my friends outside of church. So if there's birthdays, if we're going way to a party, they're there, like I have the same friends all around. So during that 2020 year, I fell sick basically from, was it like April, May? Yeah, so I fell sick. I was caught to, like I was very, very, very sick. And in that season, or in those months when I was sick, Vele, for the longest part, no one was going to church. Everything was online, whatever. So people were just saying, are you watching it online? Hey, and I could see like people posting that, they're still watching online, they're still attending online. Hey. So then when later on, I think the whole, like, the levels being, what do they call those levels? Being reduced. When it was going from level 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah. So they started allowing people to go back to church and stuff like that. So then now, when it was online, like, it wasn't such a big deal. So when we were starting to go back to church now, and you had to, like, the whole social distancing, book a seat, whatever, and people were starting to see each other physically, that's when the questions of, hey, are you coming to church? People start asking each other like, hey, are you coming to church? I haven't seen you at church. So for me, it was like when people asked me that, they were like, oh, Spish, we haven't seen you at church. What's going on? Whatever. I would just be like, oh, no, I am not coming to church yet. Like I'm not back at church yet. So, and I would just say it like that. Like if you were someone that I'm not close to, then I wouldn't tell you that, hey, so I can't. I would just say, no, I'm not coming back to church yet, but I'll be back. Sharp. Then to the people that were close to me, the people that I would fellowship with, the people that are my friends at church, basically, I would tell them, I'm not feeling well, whatever. So I'm not in the space to come back to church yet. So then now, like, I could see that, okay, the people are becoming persistent in asking, as the times are going and the church is getting fuller and fuller, because, they're allowing more people in the church. Now the questions are coming more and more. Bible, hey, when come to church, where are you? Whatever. Hey, not coming to church yet, but I'll be back. Don't worry. So now they continue asking, and to me, it was like, these people are doing the Christian thing. These people are doing what they're supposed to do. Vele, seats are empty. Mang used to be here, now they're not here anymore. Why don't you go and ask them? Because that's what we've been taught, right? That it doesn't matter, how long it has been. If you see that someone is not there, hit them up and be like, what's going on? So I saw it as that, like, okay, you're just doing the Lord's work. Like, the Lord said that we must get people to church. People must be in the presence. People must be here to receive the same way that you're receiving. So you're doing the work of the Lord. I understand, so I'm not going to be annoyed. I'm not going to be irritated. I'm not going to block you, because you're just doing what you've been taught and you're just doing the right thing, right? So, okay, sharp. I was like, we'll come to church, just not now. So then now my health, is starting to get better, but I'm not the same. Like, physically, I'm not the same. So when I was recovering, I still wasn't in the position to go back to church. So then now, one thing that I noticed, that when I kept the people that were supposed to be my friends from church didn't quite understand it. They didn't quite grasp it. So I would have to say the same thing every Sunday. you know. And it even got to the point of I can't even post a video or a snap of me on a Sunday being somewhere else, because it's like, oh, so you can 1 2 3 but you can't come to church. Do you understand? So it became a thing like that, and I'd be like, it's fine. It's fine, you're just caring for my soul, you're caring for my spirit, you want me to go there because it's a good place, so fine, you know. But inside I was like, something is wrong, something is off. I'm not appreciating this. Do you understand? I don't appreciate having to repeat myself. Why can't you take what I'm telling you? Like, why can't you understand where I'm coming from and be okay with that and be patient with that? So other things that they would do is I come to church first. So if I say something like, oh my gosh, I miss you so much, I haven't seen you in a while, it's like, yeah, because you didn't come to church. Or yeah, if you want to see me, you know what to do. You know where the church building is, you know where the address is. So if you want to see me, you will go there. Do you understand? So to me, I was like, at first it was like, I'll come. But in my heart, I was like, something's not right about what she's saying. There's something so careless about what she's saying. Do you understand? So if I'd suggest that, like, hey, let's go out and have coffee or whatever, it's like, I first come to church and then we can go out and whatever. You see? So it was like, basically it looked like my friendships were based on church, and they were at the condition that I must be at church. Okay, so the problem with that is that, why are you not genuinely my friend? Why is my friendship with you on the condition that I'm at church? Why can you not be my friend even outside of church? Why can we not be friends in every aspect of life? Why does it have to be at church? Do you understand? So for me, it was like, so you will never come to me. You will never want to see me and go the extra mile to come and meet up with me if it's not at church. Is that true friendship? So if I decide that I am no longer going to church, is that where the friendship ends? So it's done, and I will never be able to feel you care about me. I'll never be able to have you check up on me and have conversations with you because I'm not at church. I'm not at the space that is convenient for our friendship. So that's when I started to see that, hey, Nkari, these friendships that I had, I thought we're friends that found each other at church and we're doing life together. Life together. Meaning that whether you're at church, whether you moved to East London, whether you're not coming to church anymore, we are still friends. Meaning that we still reach out to each other, we still talk to each other. Wherever you are, I am there. Do you understand? So that's why I started to see that the friendships here, they're not genuine. And that's a big thing for me. If you're not genuine and your love is conditional based on 1 2 3 4 5 and it's convenient for you, then I'm not there. I tap out. Another problem for me was, you haven't spoken to someone in months. You haven't seen them in months, in days, weeks, whatever. And the first thing that you say to them is, why are you not at church? When are you coming to church? Please come to church. And I don't like that, because every time I got a message, it was, hey, how are you? No, I'm good, and you? I'm good. I just haven't been seeing you at church. That's why I thought that I should ask you what's going on. When are you going to come to church? Whatever. And I'm just like, so the only time you're going to hit me up is to ask me about church. Like, you're not hitting me up because you're like genuinely concerned, like, hey Spesh, how are you? I haven't been seeing you in a while. Are you okay? Can I come see you? Like, you're not asking me, you're asking me for church. And we haven't spoken in months. We haven't spoken in weeks. And the first thing you want to say to me when you speak to me is church. Sorry. For me, that's a big turn off, because I am a human being. I am more than that church building. Do you understand? My life is not that church building. I've got things that I'm dealing with. God is there. Whether you're at church or not, He's there. But I am not church. Do you understand? I have other things going on. So when you look at me, all you wanna know is my church attendance, then that means that you're not for me, and that means that you're not genuinely caring about me, because you just want to see me in a church building for you to be able to say, hey, okay, so how are you? Do you understand? My thing is, why don't you guys go to people? When you're seeing that someone is not there, why don't you go to them? Why don't you, for example, okay, mang, when they're saying mang, because even at church, like the way that they say it, it's just like, yeah, call them and tell them to come to church. They don't give you that thing of, guys, go to people, fetch them and be like, hey, Wena, how are you? How can I help you in whatever area of need? So people are taking it practically that you must just call this person and say, hey, Wena, why aren't you coming to church? Are you fine? Okay, if you're not fine, the solution is coming to church. Do you understand? So my thing is, why don't you go to the people? When you're seeing that, okay, mang hasn't been coming in a while, obviously it means that something is happening. If someone has been doing something for a long time and all of a sudden they're not doing it anymore, that's a sign to you that there's been changes in their lives and they are not the same person, or they're just going through something different. So why don't you take the time to go to that person and be like, hello, I have noticed that I haven't been seeing you in a while. Are you okay? What's going on? How are you? Just inquire. How are you? And if there's something wrong, how can I help you? In that area of need, not at the condition that you come to church. Do you need a friend? Do you need someone to talk to? Okay, I'll make it a point that on Sundays after church I come to you at your house, and then we can chill, have coffee, whatever we can talk. Or here's my number, if you ever need someone to talk to, hit me up, then I'll video call you, or I'll come through and then we'll talk. Do you understand? Like, why don't you go to the people? For you guys that know the Bible, probably better than I do, I don't know but I've heard it in songs mostly. I don't even know if I've seen it in the Bible. But that saying that says that Jesus leaves the 99 and he goes and he looks for the one, that one, number 100, the one that has gone astray, the one that is missing. It doesn't say Jesus sits there with the 99 and he's like, yeah, where's Mang? Hey, Mang, and calling out their names until they come. No, he goes, meaning that he leaves. You leave the church. I'm gonna say the 99. I'm gonna put it as church name. You leave the church and you go into the wilderness and you fetch the one sheep that has gone missing. So what people want to do is they want to sit in their church seats in the comfort of their homes, and they want to say, hello, you come, whatever you need, come. And it's like, no, you go. Why don't you go? Me speaking to you, caring for you, nurturing you, being there for you in whatever way that you need will make it easier for you to come back and join the 99. The other example that I have is a scripture in Luke. I remember our pastor was preaching it on that Christmas Sunday, and I think there's a scripture about Jesus was at church, doing a church thing, and then when he left the church, now he's walking to go home. I don't even know where he's going, but he's walking, and on his way there is someone that is blind, there is someone that has leprosy, there's someone, and there's people that are not okay, people that are sick, and on his way to wherever he was going, he was healing them, healing, delivering, restoring. He didn't say, Wena, why were you not at church? If you want healing, go to church. He wasn't basing it off that building that he left. He was basing it off of the fact that I am here, I have the Spirit of God, I love you, I'm gonna heal you wherever you are, in your place of need. Do you understand? So it's like, because some of the people were saying, no, if you're sick, come to church, we will pray for you. You will be well. If you're feeling depressed, if you're not feeling yourself, come to church. God will work on you at church and you'll be fine. Why? Why are you not coming to me and praying for me? Why are you not coming to me and, encouraging me? Why are you not coming to me? Why is it on the condition that I come to church first before I receive healing, and I receive love, and I receive genuine people caring about me and willing to listen to my problems. And he would say, this is the will of God for you. This is what God wants for you. For you to be healed, for you to be healthy, for you to be happy. Not for you to walk into the church building, that's all. No, because he knows that there's life outside of that. People are going through things. And those people, their faith is being built when Jesus is healing them and they're being delivered and stuff like that. And then will they not go back to church now? Will they not go to church then? Because God has come to them in their place of need. Now they are able to walk. Now they are able to see. Now they are, restored. So they're like, definitely, I'm gonna go to that church where that man resides, basically. The goodness of God is what brings a man to repentance, not you being at a church. Yes, you being at church is most likely for you to receive God and everything else, but there is opportunities to receive God even outside of church, because the goodness of God, someone being good to you, someone being kind to you, someone loving you, someone caring for you, can bring you to God. And that is what will make you go to church. Building a strong, genuine, loving relationship with someone can do way more for them than a church wall can. Because it's all about human interaction. God shows his love through human interaction, through people talking to you, checking up on you, caring for you, going the extra mile for you, taking care of you. That's how you witness God's love. And that feeling that there's someone there, someone listening, someone not judging, someone not putting pressure, someone loving you unconditionally. Having that relationship does more for you than to sit on those chairs at church. Because even at church, it's not the walls, it's the people there. It's the pastor that's preaching, it's the deacons that are serving, it's the church, the cell leader that is, that has personal relationships with you guys, calling you guys, speaking to you, whatever problem that you need, you can always go to them, you can get advice. It's all about the fellowship, the relationship. So if you are telling someone to go to church and you are neglecting building a relationship with them, what do you expect them to get at that church? Because that pastor is there on the stage and he's just going to speak generally. He's not going to speak to that person's heart. You can speak to the person's heart. You have a relationship with that person. So you can do more for them than them just sitting there and being there. Do you understand? So that's why they encourage and being in groups at church, because they want you to get connected with the people, because being with the people is what will keep you and your relationship with God flourishing at church. So I don't understand how people just neglect that whole process of actually taking care of someone and building a relationship with them before you can tell them to go to church. What I noticed with Christians is that every time they talk about representing Christ, it's always an outer thing. It's always an image thing of what do you see. So it's always like, okay, I'm a representative of Christ, so I can't dress like this. I'm a representative of Christ, so I can't drink alcohol. I'm a representative of Christ, so I can't be listening to trap music. And it's always something that when someone looks at you, are they going to think, this one is a representative of Christ. This one goes to church, they love God. It's always an outer thing. That's all they care about. It's always about this image. I need to keep this image so that I look like I represent Christ. And they forget that your actions, your heart is also a representative of Christ. So if I'm seeing someone that doesn't care about me, all they want me to do is go and fill up church seats, I'm not going to think that that's a good representative of Christ, because Christ doesn't love people based on conditions. So you are loving me, caring about me only on the condition that I'm at church where you want me to be and where you think I should be. If you're not loving people genuinely, if you're not caring for people genuinely, if you're loving people conditionally, then you're not representing Christ in the right way. You are misrepresenting him. And you think just because nobody can see it physically, you think that you're still good. You're not good. You're not fine. Because us, we can see through your actions and the things that you say that it's not Christ-like. The things that you're saying, the terms and conditions that you have, the way you are just, everything is just surface level for you. You are not trying to go deep. You're not trying to, do things wholeheartedly. You're half-assing things. That's not Christ-like. So you guys think you have it on lockdown when you are, the image. Oh, you don't post 1, 2, 3. Yeah, you are Christ image. You're not. We are seeing you, that the way that you speak to people, the way that you just don't care, the way everything is about, God said I must do 1, 2, 3. So whether you are hurt, you are happy, I don't care. I'm just doing what God said. I don't care where you are, what you're feeling. I'm just saying what God said. Where's the love in that? I know that the core of God is love, and genuine love. Not doing things on the condition of, even when you're loving and you're going out to that person, don't put an expectation of, I'm doing this so that they can come to church. No, just do it because you love people and that's what you're supposed to do. Don't even have it in your head that let me continue calling them. One day they'll come to church. Let me continue. Don't even have that type of mindset. Just call them because you love them and you want them to feel loved, and you want them to feel taken care of, and you want them to be okay, genuinely. So I'm just here to make you guys aware. If you are a churchgoer, if you're a Christian, I want to make you guys aware of this whole inviting people to church thing, because you guys are not doing, it's not giving. You guys are not doing it the way that it's supposed to be done. If you have a friend that doesn't go to church and they just like to live their lives, whatever, still be a friend to them. If it's not causing you to compromise, or it's not causing you to stumble in any way, whatever, then continue being friends with them. Continue loving them. They still deserve it. You're not better than them. You're not above them. So I'm trying to ask you guys to please rethink your lives. Just check yourselves and make sure that everything that you do stems from love. Because God checks the heart. He doesn't care about an image. He doesn't care what you look like. He doesn't care what your Instagram is like, what your post. He doesn't care. He wants your heart. Because from your heart, that's where things are going to come out. So whatever is inside is going to show outside. For the most part, I think that I had to just reassess my friendships and who to cut and who to keep. And all the people that were there for me when I was not at church are the people that I know that are genuinely my friends, because it's not based on whether I'm at church or not. It's based on the fact that we are friends and they have a responsibility to still take care of me and to still care about me and to still love me. So I reassessed my relationships because I didn't feel loved at all. I didn't feel loved. I just felt pressured to walk into a church building. And when I'm there, what's going to happen? The pastor doesn't know what I'm going through. The pastor doesn't know what I'm feeling. So I must just sit there. He's going to preach what he needs to preach, whatever God told him to preach. But not everything he says there reaches, people specifically. Sometimes you have a specific need, and the only person you can tell is the person next to you, your friend. Do you understand? So I was just like, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Goodbye. Just going to be with the people that are there for me, whether I'm at church or not. The love of God goes outside of church. You don't first go to church and then you will receive the love of God. You don't first go to church, then you'll be cared for or loved. You are loved wherever you are. You are loved wherever you are. I'm not neglecting the fact that church is very important, like fellowship is very important. I just don't want people that are not genuine around me. I'm not gonna be there for the sake of trying to fill up the seats. No, when people are there, I want them to be genuinely there and to still feel loved, whether they are there or not. That's the point that I'm trying to make. So I'm not devaluing the importance of church. Church 100%. The Bible even says that 100% church is a thing. You need to be a church. But I want people to still feel loved and to still feel cared for, whether they're in that building or not. That's all I want. Thank you for watching my video. I'll see you guys again next time. Comment, like, subscribe, and yeah, thank you guys. Bye.